Greetings, Internet Drinking Buddies. My name is Link. The show's name is Tubbin and Chugging, and on this episode, I'll be imbibing Uncle Nearest Whiskey. Welcome back to the tub, everybody. We have another instance of my favorite genre of episode on this channel, the recommendation episode. This comes from a friend of mine who wanted to see me review it and provided it for me, so thank you to who you know you are. And, it's funny because I was looking back at the history of this channel. The first two episodes on it were flavored whiskeys, but as I look back at the database, which, I'll link in the video, it's also on the channel page, I noticed I've never really done a straightforward whiskey review. And we're going to be starting here, I guess our first one. It's going to be a big boy, so let's go ahead and take a closer look. Uncle Nearest 1884 is one of three whiskeys made by Uncle Nearest, the others being the 1820 single barrel and the 1856 premium aged. Now, this one is their small batch with barrels hand chosen by their master blender. It's currently Victoria Edie Butler. And Victoria, as you see her signature on the bottle there, is a fifth generation descendant of Nathan Nearest Green, the eponymous whiskey maker who's known as the godfather of Tennessee whiskey, also the man who taught Jack Daniel how to make whiskey. It's a very impressive legacy. We got expectation coming into this product, which is also revealed in the price of the product. Normally about $40 for a fifth, which combined with the 93 proof here, it translates to about $2.29 a drink. Now that's not an exceptionally high price, especially when we go deeper and deeper into the whiskey scotch world, as it were, but it's something to keep in mind. Now, I've never had this guy here before. Straight whiskey typically isn't my drink, but I feel the only real way to consume this guy is going to be to sip it neat. That's what I'll be doing. Again, I've added this nice Waterford crystal glass I have here, so let's see how that goes. Breaking the seal on this in the tub is something I really should consider doing off screen, but it's got a smell to it, that's for sure. Pour out a few fingers or so. Obviously, we need a toast. I'm gonna toast to Taylor Swift. She might be a carpet-bagging Tennessean, but she's a Tennessean nonetheless. Here's to Tay-Tay. It does taste, to me, a lot like Jack Daniels, but like a less kind of harsh. Jack is like this kind of biting whiskey, and this is overall like a smoothed out process to it. You're still getting what, in my opinion, is the taste of a Tennessee whiskey. And again, Jack Daniels is kind of the only one I'm really familiar with, so that's what I'll be comparing it to, but very similar. Very similar. In like it says on the bottle it's the smoothest whiskey in Tennessee. I can't personally vouch for that. It is smoother than the other Tennessee whiskey I've had, so I'll give it to them there. I wouldn't go as far to say overall smooth, but smoother. Definitely. At the throat, still even a little tingling on the tongue, but just kind of slowly making its way down your throat. I'm resting there. No big harsh burn, no big like, oh, why did I do that? If you took it as a shot, I don't know. Paying, $2.29 for a drink of this, I don't know if I would recommend it as a shot. I do think it's meant to be sort of sipped and enjoyed. Maybe put it on ice, make a little highball out of it. Be a nice, just sort of more pleasant, closer to what you would want a drink to be. It's good. It's very good. It's good in a clear upgrade kind of sense. If you ever play like an RPG or something, Sometimes you get like a hat that your character can put on, and then maybe a few levels later, you get the same hat, but it's like +8 instead of +6. It's like just a very clear upgrade. It's doing the same thing but better. Again, my only real point of comparison here for Tennessee whiskey is Jack Daniels. I'm not going to compare this to Scotch. I'm not going to compare this to, Japanese whiskey or anything like that. They might be going for different things. Just if you like the Tennessee whiskey kind of vibe, this is a nice overall smoothened edge on what that tastes like, at least to me. If you don't like whiskey, don't drink this. This is not going to be anything radically different or mind-blowing to you. If you liked something about whiskey and you thought, wish it was better, that's where I try to give this one a try. That's the area you're going for. Clear upgrade, but not radically different. Even in a bigger gulp, the burn really isn't there. Again, it lingers in the throat, so you might have to cough out a few if you're having a lot of it over a long time and you're not that used to drinking it, but not in a burning way, just in like a tingling in your throat way. It's very good. It's very good. At its price, I think it clearly does what it needs to do to elevate it above its competitors in the Tennessee whiskey area. Whether or not it competes against Scotch's other, alcohols entirely, other grain-based alcohols or what have you, that's kind of personal preference. But if you like Tennessee whiskey and you're looking for, I think, an upgrade over some of the bottom tier stuff, give this one a go. Otherwise, it's not going to change your mind on Tennessee whiskey. I think that's going to do it for this one. As always, let me know if you have recommendations for me. I love doing recommendation videos like this one. I noticed I hadn't really done one on, whiskey versus Scotch versus bourbon or what have you, all those different variations. So if you want to see me do an overview on that, let me know. That might be a good idea. But, as always, please drink responsibly.